Welcome back to the Lexi's Leukemia channel. Today, I came back from school because my mommy picked me up because I had to give way for my leg braces. We'll see you when we get to the hospital. Bye.
Alright, so I'm going to attempt to video and drive here. I've got you set on my dash. I'm going to pay attention to the driving and not the video and just kind of talk, and hopefully what I'm saying will make sense. So sorry you can only see part of me, but I wanted to do this safely so that I could pay attention to the road. So as Lexi said, she is headed to physical therapy today for a follow-up appointment from her last one. I picked her up from school about an hour early. PT is always very booked up. The only time they had available was today at 3 o'clock at Children's. I had to move her dentist appointment from today. And then, of course, her dentist did not have any more after-school appointments because the appointment was for today at 3 o'clock that we've had on the books for 6 months. So now Lexi has to miss school again, hopefully just during lunchtime, but that is the life of a medically complex kiddo, trying to juggle all these appointments and miss the least amount of school possible. So we are going to physical therapy today, not only to remeasure her ankles and see where they're at as far as being able to bend back any further, and they've called in orthopedics who are going to fit her for some leg braces, get some measurements and see about getting her some braces to wear while she sleeps at night that will be made to her exact specifications so that she can bend that foot back, because that is the key to getting her to walk better, to pick up the front of her foot instead of shuffling, and then that's what's causing her to trip. We can already tell that the falling is somewhat getting better because she knows now, after watching the video back of how she walked, she understands that she's not picking the front of her foot up. So when she consciously makes the effort to think about it, then she walks correctly and she doesn't trip. But it's hard to remember to do that all the time. She's only 5. So it's not like she can just turn it on and off and remember all the time. Once you start playing at recess or you get going and stuff, you're thinking about other things and you're not thinking about, oh, I need to walk correctly, I need to pick my foot up, and then old habits die hard and she just slips back into walking the other way and she trips and falls. So while it is getting better, their hope is that these leg braces will really solidify that so that it won't have to be so mental for her where she's having to think about it all the time. Her foot will naturally just want to do that, and it won't cause her pain to stretch it out so far and lift it up that way. So that is the plan. Hopefully I didn't just ramble on at you all. So we will see you when we get to Children's. So we made it back to the car. We are all finished with Lexi's physical therapy appointment. It actually went really well. Here we thought we were going to need to have leg braces at night, and actually they re-measured her foot and they said we have been doing such a good job with keeping on with her nightly stretches and then twice a day on the weekends that she actually went from a range of -3 to a range of +10, which is amazing. +10 is like normal. Like, they would really love to see it at like a +20, but that's like reaching for the stars type of thing. They don't know that, you know, anyone ever gets to +20, but like they said that she was at +10, which is a really good spot to be. So the thing is, we have to keep her there now, so we have to be very diligent in remembering to do her stretches still every night. And you saw in the video where they used some kinesiology tape, some KT tape, and so that's just giving her foot a little extra boost. When she walks, it kind of acts like that rubber band and snaps it back a little better, because they're basically saying what I am seeing. She still hasn't broken the habit. Like, she's getting better mentally about remembering to walk correctly, but that final piece of the puzzle is getting it to where she can walk without thinking about it, and she walks correctly. So that's what's really going to break this cycle. So they said for now, let's not do the leg braces since she made so much gain in the span of 1 month, and instead they want us to tape her foot with that KT tape, both feet, and that KT tape can actually stay on for 3 to 5 days at a time, and then you give a 24-hour rest break to the legs and the skin, where you take it off, gives the muscles a chance to relax a bit, and it also gives the skin a chance to breathe for a bit. So we'll make sure and put some good lotion on in between there. But if we can use KT tape to avoid bracing, that would be amazing. Now, they did say that she might need braces in the future. They're not ruling it out completely, but if we can just continue to do what we're doing and continue to make these gains, and they continue to measure her and she continues to do a good job, then we may not ever need to use the braces. The braces is more of like a last resort. The KT tape is kind of like that in between. So this is a much better solution, and they just opened their facility in Edwardsville, so we could drive to Edwardsville instead of St. Louis for her appointments. And if they can do them in the evening after school, that would be so amazing, because they want her to go twice a month, so every other week, to physical therapy to make sure that she's making those gains. We're doing a good job with the taping and the stretching, and so they can measure her foot and continue to track her progress, because if she goes backwards at all, or if she's really making great strides, then the idea would be just to keep on it with therapy, working on exercises, really solidifying that so that it is like just comes natural to her. The other thing they suggested that we can do is to put squeakers, like the little squeakers you see in dog toys. You can just buy those, and you tape it to the inside of the heel of her shoe where she stands. So then as she walks, when you do that heel to toe correctly, you hear it squeak, and it's that audio reminder that you need to walk heel to toe. And it's kind of like a cue that signals her brain, hey, this is how we're supposed to be doing it. And they did say that she might experience some pain. She's been having some leg pain, especially on PE days, and sometimes the stretches are a little uncomfortable for her, but it's kind of like you're using muscles that you haven't used in a while. Her legs got lazy, they hurt on treatment, she was on the gabapentin, so it's one of those things where she maybe didn't want to use them because they hurt, and so now we're stretching out these muscles she hasn't used. It's like as an adult, if you start a new exercise you haven't done before, you kind of are a little sore. So it's not necessarily pain as it is more probably muscle soreness. So we're going to continue on with the Epsom salt baths and trying to do everything we can to help ease her soreness, and then hopefully we'll get over that hump as we continue with her stretches and the physical therapy, and it won't cause her to be as sore anymore. So overall, this was a fantastic visit. We were able to avoid leg braces, which is so amazing. I mean, we would have done the braces, but if we can avoid them, that would be amazing. So hopefully we can avoid them for the future. But in the meantime, Lexi's back there.
Hi.
What do you want to tell everybody, Lexi?
Subscribe and hit the bell, and if you want to watch more Lexi's Leukemia videos.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching, everyone.